This episode of McCall's Quilting Quilt-Along is brought to you by Moda, producer of quilting fabric and home of the fabric pre-cuts.
Hi, I'm Laura Roberts and I want to welcome you to the McCall's Quilting Peace Cottage Quilt-Along. It's going to be really fun. This quilt has these gorgeous fabrics in it from Moda. This is the Summerfest collection and the Little Miss Sunshine collection from Moda, along with some of their basics. And they're just so much fun to play with. I can't tell you, they're just happy. You know, the blues and this lovely little orange and the green. I've had so much fun sewing this quilt. And one of the really cool things about this quilt is that there are 9 different blocks. And in making those 9 different blocks, you're gonna learn all kinds of little techniques and some of my favorite tips, ways that you can sew something more quickly than you think you can. Like if you look at the little cottage block back here, it looks like it might take forever or be really hard to do, and it's really not. And I'm gonna show you how that works, and I'm gonna show you how to make templates and how to mark match points, and it's just a really fun quilt to make. And most of it, you probably already know the basic techniques of making a strip set, but I'm going to show you a couple of tips so you don't get that arc that you can get when you're pressing. We also, in this quilt, are going to be looking at different types of assembly, because as you can see up at the top blocks here are on point. We have things where you have different size of little sashing pieces going between the trees, and I just really hope you enjoy doing this. Now, the fabrics that I'm showing you here are the ones that are in the kit. And you can get the kit by going to mccallsquilting.com/quiltalong. It's the Peace Cottage kit. If you're going to be making this from fabrics of your own, from your stash, I want you to go through and you need to pull out a number. When we say assorted in the pattern instructions, you want to have at least 5 greens and 5 teals and a number of orange and yellow. Don't just get 2 or 3, because you won't have the same feeling. It won't have that that quilty feeling of all these different textures and scales going together. But I think you might really enjoy working with the fabrics that are in the kit. So yeah, I just think they're so pretty. The Moda, Summerfest, and Little Miss Sunshine, and some of their basics. I remember this fabric from a long time ago, and it's come back. It's one of my absolute favorites. So I can't wait to come back with you. And if you get your fabric before next time, here's what I want to tell you. You'll see at the beginning of the pattern, there's cutting for binding strips and border strips. Go ahead and cut that, that's fine. But don't cut anything more, because we're going to do cutting for one block at a time, one type of block at a time as we go through, okay? So if you get your fabrics by the next segment, please cut only the border and binding strips at the beginning of the pattern. Don't cut the block patches yet, okay? So I can't wait to get started on this, and I'll see you back next time.
This episode of McCall's Quilting Quilt-Along is brought to you by Moda, producer of quilting fabric and home of the fabric pre-cuts.